All right, let's take a look at some good news for a change. If you're out going to the grocery store today, you probably remember a while ago the government deciding they give us a bit of a tax break on some items. So that goes into effect today, Wednesday, first day that this is now the case. So let me run down some of what you can now go when you go to the grocery store, buy without paying tax. Now, it's a fairly long list, but I'll just give you an update, okay? So first of all, ice cream, first thing on the list. Yes. Ice cream, frozen dessert, sorbet, frozen yogurt, any product containing one of these foods sold in an individual portion of less than 500 grams or less than 500 milliliters, no tax. I think a typical tub of like Ben & Jerry's or one of those is less than 500 milliliters, so that would be tax-free. Donuts, cookies, croissants with sweet coatings, cakes, muffins, pastries, tartlets, pies, or similar products in a portion of less than 230 grams or in packages containing fewer than 6 units. Why 6? I don't know, but they will now be tax-free as well. Dessert cream, flavored gelatin, mousse, flavored whipped dessert, or any other product similar to dessert cream sold in individual portions, tax-free. Fruit salads, or as well as prepared fruit platters and arrangements, cut, washed, etc., including any accompanying items. What would they be? Where applicable, when supplied for a single consideration. So fruit salad, I guess they're making it for you perhaps at the store where you shop, that will now be tax-free. Same applies to vegetable platters, not just fruit salads, and arrangements, and that includes, again, any accompanying items. What would be the accompanying item on a vegetable platter? A piece of parsley? Were they taxing that before? I'm not sure what that means, but anyway. Salted or seasoned seeds and nuts, but not chips. Salted or seasoned seeds and nuts, not chips, provided that the seasoning consists entirely or almost entirely of ingredients that are neither sugar nor sugar-based ingredients. Why chips is not on that list, I don't know. There's no sugar in chips, typically, but it's not on the list. And then finally, a mixture is consisting primarily of rolled oats or other cereals, which include seeds, nuts, or dried fruit, either molded into a specific shape, such as a bar, like breakfast bars, cereal bars, or sold as a loose mix. They are now, again, tax-free. And finally on that list, toilet paper and tissues, now tax-free as well. So let me see. Toilet paper will be tax-free. Tissues will be tax-free. What about paper towels? Does that qualify as tissue? Because it doesn't say that specific. If you're buying rolls of paper towels, like for a kitchen, is that tax-free? I don't know. By the way, it's worth noting here as well, the tax break will not apply to food sold via vending machines. So even though those foods would be tax-free, if you get them from a vending machine, they're not because they're already factored in, nor to food sold under a catering services contract. Doesn't apply there either. And then finally, if you would like details on the sales tax exemptions directly, where can you find them? On the Provincial Finance Ministry's website in French only. So there you go. Now, you would think this, because it is good news if you don't have to pay tax. That's a step in the right direction for a lot of consumers. I think the estimate here is that most families could save up to a little over $100 a year. However, some local stores not real happy with this. One of the people there is Jad. Did I call him right? Oh, I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's El-Akhras. Jad El-Akhras. Jad, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. How are you?
Please correct me for butchering your name. How do you pronounce your whole name?
You said it correctly.
I did. Jad El-Akhras. Okay. So you're the manager at an Inter Marché. Where's your store located?
We're located on Mount Royal Avenue East and near Papineau.
Okay. So you, as an independent store here, you're not one of the big box stores like a Metro or an IGA. Why is this an issue? Because I understand this is going to be an issue for you. Why?
Well, already, Aaron, is that it was so time-consuming, right, to go through nearly 6,300 products over here, right?
Oh, my.
Having to individually change the tax charge on each and every single product, right? So we're talking about hours and hours spent on end every single day since they announced the tax break. And the reason why I find that it's an issue is less of a personal thing, but more so like a thing for the consumers, right? Because what we actually heard was that it would save them $50 a year, and when you take that into account, that's less than $1. That's less than $1 a week. So it's like, they're better off giving these families $50 right, rather than giving them a potential tax break on their groceries. Because a lot of people nowadays are experiencing food insecurity. Children are going to bed hungry, and an extra $50 a year is not going to fix that.
So I don't. I was going to say I don't know where the figure. I mean, the government is saying it's over $100 a year. You're saying it's $50. Regardless, I think most people look at this, to be fair, and say, you know what? Anything I can save, I appreciate saving. Right? Times are tough.
Of course.
But did they not provide you? I mean, how long ago was this announced? 2 months ago? 3 months ago?
It was announced about 7 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so nearly 2 months.
Did they not provide you a heads up, like we're going to be doing this and you're going to have to change all these codes? They just kind of assumed you would do it and good luck?
We found out at the same time as everyone else,
Really?
right? So we don't get any pre-heads up before the announcement, right? So when we got the announcement at the same time as everyone else, we got an email from our parent company, Loblaws, basically with a whole list of the items that would have the tax break on them, right? And obviously we have to respect that. So we sat down for, like I mentioned, hours and hours per day since we found out, to ensure that every single product has the tax break applied to it.
Okay. Did you already start to see people now take advantage? Do you have like big signs up saying now tax free or anything like that?
Oh, no. You know, we just, it might be a good idea to do so, but for now, no, we don't. And we don't really see a big difference in how many people have started coming in to the store, right?
Well, it is only day one. I guess people will find out slowly that this thing has changed.
Probably little by little.
Someone did ask, what about rotisserie? Does rotisserie chicken fit on this, or is this still not tax-free?
Well, to be honest with you, we don't have any rotisserie chicken
then you
here
don't care.
at our location. But you know, I'm sure if you asked any other grocery stores that sell that, I'm sure they'll give you a better answer than me.
Can you answer the question about paper towels? So toilet paper and tissues are tax-free. What does that include? Paper towels?
Yeah, anything, paper towels, toilet paper, any Kleenex products, those would be tax-free.
Okay. Look, I imagine it's a bit of a pain. I know you got to go through. You mentioned the hours that's spent getting this done, but hopefully at the end of the day, people will, be able to save a couple of bucks. I know you're not thrilled about this. And the government, to be frank, I think, should have given stores, obviously, a heads up long before they went ahead and implemented the policy. But this government's not really big, from what I understand, on consultation. So that's part of the issue here as well.
Oh,
listen,
but like you mentioned, we're at least happy that other citizens of Quebec get a little bit of a break themselves. We're obviously happy to help with that, but as you mentioned, we would have liked to get a heads up long before something like that was implemented.
Yeah, but that would have been the right thing to do. You can't expect that from the government. You know that. So yeah. Okay. One last thing I have to ask is, because I mentioned when I went through the list of what's now, basically tax-free. Donuts, cookies, croissants, all that kind of stuff are free. Potato chips are not tax-free, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Why? Why am I asking you? I mean, you didn't make the rule. I just don't understand that. It says any product with sugar in it, they don't want to have it. There's no sugar in chips.
There's a little bit, but way less than donuts and cookies.
But that's tax-free.
Yeah.
As they say in Spain, je comprends pas. All right. Listen, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks if it's gotten a little more confusing, or hopefully less confusing. So thanks for the time today. Take good care.
Thank you. You too.
Jad El-Akhras, manager at the Inter Marché Mont-Royal in Papineau, not that far from here.
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.